If I had to start from zero in 2025, no money, no portfolio, no head start, but I still wanted to live a wealthy, freedom-filled life, here's exactly what I'd do. Because let's be real, if you don't start building wealth this year, 5 years from now, you're either going to be financially free or financially screwed. This isn't theory. This is war. A financial war where inflation, rising costs, and AI are replacing jobs, and the clock is ticking. So stick around, because the last step. It's the one that most people miss, and it's the difference between being stuck at your 9 to 5 forever, or never having to work another day unless you want to. Let's get into it, starting with the unsexy but critical foundation everyone skips. 1. Master the game before playing. Before I put a single dollar into the stock market, crypto, real estate, anything, I'd master the rules of the game. Because investing without education? That's just gambling in a suit. I'd spend 30 days devouring the basics of personal finance and investing. Books, The Psychology of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and The Simple Path to Wealth. Free courses on YouTube. Follow creators who show receipts, not just rented limbos. Buying stocks without knowing what a P/E ratio is? That's like buying crypto because your Uber driver said it's going to the moon. But once you understand the rules, how do you know where to start? Because let me tell you, most people start in the wrong place. 2. I'd build a cash cushion, not just invest blindly. I know it's not sexy. But if I'm starting in 2025, I'm stacking at least 3 to 6 months of expenses first. Why? Because the stock market doesn't care if you have rent due next week. This isn't laziness, this is strategic patience. Emergency fund equals emotional freedom. It keeps you from panic selling your investments when life punches you in the face. Ask anyone who panic sold in March 2020 or late 2022, they'll tell you, painfully. So once I've got my cash safety net, now it's time to make my money start working for me. And here's where it gets fun. 3. Start with index funds, then get fancy later. If I could only pick one place to invest in 2025, I'd go all in on broad market index funds like VTI or FXAX. They're low cost, diversified, and historically strong. You're not betting on one company, you're betting on the entire US economy. It's like owning a little slice of Amazon, Apple, Tesla, and 495 other giants, all in one move. Later, once I've built my base, I'll play with crypto, real estate, options, whatever. But index funds? That's my wealth engine. But where does the real acceleration come in? That's in the next step, and it's the one most people are too scared to take. 4. Increase my income ruthlessly. You can only save so much. But you can earn limitlessly. So if I had to start over, I'd focus just as hard, if not harder, on making more money as I would on investing. Learn high-income skills, sales, digital marketing, coding, design, video editing. Sell a service, start freelancing, build a side hustle. Reinvest that new income into, you guessed it, assets. Every dollar I earn is a soldier. I'm building an army of assets that fight for me while I sleep. And once the money starts flowing, the question becomes, how do I keep more of it? The next move is where the smart get richer and the average get taxed into oblivion. 5. Optimize taxes like the wealthy. You ever notice how billionaires pay less in taxes than you? It's not magic. It's strategy. I'd open a Roth IRA immediately, tax-free growth? Yes please. Max out my 401k or use a solo 401k if I'm self-employed. Invest through LLCs for side hustles to write off expenses. Use capital gains versus earned income wisely. If you're not legally avoiding taxes, you're donating to the IRS, and trust me, they're not sending you a thank you card. But even with tax hacks and investment gains, there's one final move that makes or breaks your future freedom, and no one talks about it until it's too late. 6. Build ownership, not just income. Income is nice. But ownership? That's where wealth lives. If I had to start from scratch, I'd focus on building or buying assets that I own. A YouTube channel, newsletter, e-commerce store, app, property, anything that appreciates or generates passive income. Ownership means equity. Equity means leverage. Leverage builds empires. When you own things, you're not just trading time for money, you're buying back your entire life. Your 20s are either the decade you plant seeds, or the decade you waste time and pay the price in your 30s. You choose. If I had to start over in 2025, this is the map. No fluff, no hype. Just moves that work. But information is cheap. Execution? That's rare. So now I'm flipping it on you. What will you do in the next 30 days to shift your financial future? Drop it in the comments, because a year from now, you'll wish you started today.